Good evening. We begin tonight with word that the AIDS epidemic is worse than we thought. The number of annual infections in America is more than 50,000, up roughly 40% from what they believed. Priya David has more on the new AIDS numbers and on the human toll.
Alberto Cardona takes 3 pills a day to control the symptoms of his AIDS virus.
I was diagnosed in 1998, 10 years ago.
Back when Cardona was tested, there was no way to tell how long he'd been infected.
It's a horrific disease.
Today, the Centers for Disease Control said improved blood tests and new statistical methods can better determine when a person contracted the virus. So now the CDC knows how many people actually get the disease every year, revising previous numbers up a whopping 40%. Since 1992, the CDC had been reporting about 40,000 new infections every year. Now it says the true numbers are more like 56,000 new cases annually.
We do have an epidemic in the United States, an epidemic that is affecting more than 50,000 American lives every year, an epidemic which is ravaging the gay and bisexual male community and minority communities in the U.S.
The CDC's Dr. Kevin Fenton spoke with us from Mexico City, where the CDC is presenting its findings at an international AIDS conference.
Bears a severe and disproportionate impact on gay and bisexual men of all races, the African American community, and of course with Hispanics.
The report also shows in 2006, men having sex with men accounted for more than half of all new infections, heterosexuals for 31%, and injection drug users for 12%. But the revised numbers may not mean more federal dollars for those living with AIDS.
There's no formula for how the U.S. government decides how much to spend on HIV prevention in the United States. So even if the number of people living with HIV goes up, there's not an automatic increase in resources.
Now, earlier this week, President Bush signed a $48 billion bill to provide assistance for the next 5 years to those living with AIDS around the world. While here in the United States, the CDC's HIV funding is about $650 million for 2008, the same as it was about a decade ago. Jeff.
Priya David, thank you very much tonight.